Testing 1 2. Welcome everyone. Another episode of Golf Cart Garage. I am Tim. I'll be your host today. It is 12 noon Central Time on a Tuesday. That's when we show up and we talk about golf cars and answer some questions. We try to help some people, maybe save you some money. We've got a lot of people coming in the room that have experience nowadays, so that is cool. Let me check Facebook, make sure we're working. Yep, we're good. Kind of. Why is that? Okay, yeah, now it's working. Okay, good. All right. Let's see what we got going on. Galactic Technologies, another fun episode. What's up, Daniel? David Irwin, what's going on, David? And then Mike Irvin. Hey, Tim in chat. Carl Johns. Hello, Tim from Chesterfield. That's at Michigan. That's Chesterfield, Michigan. Got several people from Michigan. Mike Irvin. Overcast in southwestern Indiana. Rainy in Detroit. Galactic Technologies. David Irwin. Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you, David. Robert Edwards. Hello from West Virginia. Kurt. Hey, Tim, getting ready for another hurricane. Helene, looks like we are going to get hit again. Yes, I was going to ask you about that. I had been seeing that, Kurt. Well, stay safe, man. Rob, hey, Tim, cloudy today. We are in the direct path of Helene. Okay, Rob's in the direct path, too. You guys stay safe. Do whatever you got to do to stay safe. Big Mike, what's up, Big Mike? Easy Mike to use in the path. Dang. Okay, you figured out it was the castle nut. Mike, I'm sorry I got busy earlier, and I had just started work, and I got busy after I talked to you. That's why I didn't get back to you. So I was hoping you were going to be in a live today. But yeah, I wasn't going to say castle nut because I was assuming that wasn't it. I was going to say if there's nothing wrong with your brakes, and it only does it when the wheel turns, then I was going to go to axle bearing. But I'm glad you found it. I'm glad you found what it was. Mike had sent me a video earlier, and I was trying to figure out where a noise was coming from with his cart. Craig, what's going on? What's shaking? Gary England, Larry England. Daniel Torello, what's going on, Daniel? Gene Hansen. See, I told you we had some other people in Michigan. There's Gene. Cloudy 67 in Michigan. Helpless. What's going on, Helpless Garage? Central Arkansas 77 in Cabot. Yeah, it's pretty nice outside right now. I can't believe that the warm season is about to be over though, and we're going to start getting cold pretty soon. I'm still mowing, so we're not out of it yet. I mean, I mowed last week. I'm probably going to have to mow one more time at the ranch that I mow grass at. Let's see. Sir Walter, good afternoon. How's the Mediterranean diet going? Did I tell you that that's what I was doing, Sir Walter? How did you know that? I'm not doing it. My wife does it, and I just am a recipient of it. But we try to do that as much as possible. We try to do that, the Mediterranean thing as much as possible. D. Stirrup, plenty of sun here today in the Bahamas. Yeah, I bet it is. Thank you for joining us there, D. Stirrup. One more mow, and I'm so ready for fall. Yeah, I think I got one more. Yeah, she did, Sir Walter. Just because, she wanted to get on it. She's not overweight or nothing. It's just a, healthy thing that she's pretty good at doing the health kick stuff with the food. So I'm thankful for that. So, and I'm willing to try it. I'm willing to do anything like that, just to stay healthy. Jerry Kelly, Madisonville, Texas. What's going on, Jerry Kelly? Sir Walter, it's good food. Yeah, so far. I'm not, she's kind of lucky though, because I'm not real picky about anything when it comes to food. I mean, I'm not going to complain when someone goes through the trouble of making me food. I'm not going to complain about it, and because I like pretty much everything. Stephen Coon, greetings from Barth, Florida, 89 and sunny. Let me check Facebook. George Bremer on Facebook, rainy in Hilton, New York. What's going on, George? Larry La Cucaracha, California coast, 61. Thank you guys for joining us over there on Facebook. Galactic Technologies is doing the Mediterranean diet, actually liking it. Beggars can't be choosers, Dan. Yeah, that's true. That's why I do not complain when somebody's going through the trouble of making me healthy food. I mean, I'm going to give it a shot for sure. Okay. This is Tuesday the 24th. Oh, did I mention it's Hat Day? Did y'all remember that? No one said anything about that yet. I announced it last week. It is Hat Day. We are giving a hat away today. Yeah, Big Mike. That is a crazy name, isn't it? Larry La Cucaracha. I need an all bacon diet, Helpless says. It is Hat Day. We will be giving the hat today. Giving a hat away today. My wife is actually helping with that. She's out of town, but she is still going to announce. She's going to text me the winner at the end of this episode. Ricky Smith. That's cool, Ricky. Big Mike, it's about to be venison season. That is correct. That is correct. You can try to double dip there, Rob. That's no problem. It's not going to do you any good, but you can give it a shot. All right, we better get to the regular questions here, get started. Question number 1. This is from Randy. I have a 36-volt EasyGo with batteries that are a little over a year old that won't charge completely. The charger clicks on and charges for several hours, but when it clicks off, it is nowhere near fully charged. The maximum amount charged has steadily dropped over the last year. Any help would be appreciated. Well, Randy, when someone tells me something like that, the first thing that pops into my head is like, what are you basing that information on? Because you said the charger clicks on and charges for several hours. When it clicks, it is nowhere near fully charged. So how do you know that? My question would be. How do you know it's nowhere near fully charged? What are you basing that on? Do you have some kind of analog meter on your dash that you're basing that on? Well, to be 100% sure, you would have to take any type of meter or anything that you're using there just completely out of the equation and have your battery pack discharged on a discharge machine. And if it goes 100 minutes or 90 minutes, it is getting fully charged. Because a brand new set of Trojans will go about 95 to 115 minutes on a discharge tester. So if you get anywhere close to that, then it's getting fully charged. Oh, I'm sure that deer meat could be somehow factored into the Mediterranean diet. There's no doubt about it. Number 2. This is from Francis. Last year when I had a heavy passenger on his clubs on my cart, it cut out a few times while under full throttle going up a steep hill. Just had to wait a minute or less and it would go again. The batteries were old, so I assumed they were drawing too much current and some sort of battery management system was shutting them down. Well, just put new Trojan lithium batteries and went out to replicate the situation, and the cart cut out again, the same as described above. What do you think the problem is? It's from Francis. Well, let's see, a couple of things that jump out at me there. The batteries were old, so I assumed they were drawing too much current and some sort of battery management system was shutting them down. Well, unless they were lithiums before, you did not have any type of battery management system before. Now that you have lithiums, they have a battery management system in each of those batteries, those Trojan lithiums. And the most likely culprit to that's causing your symptoms is your controller is going into thermal shutdown, because it would act exactly like what you're describing. If your controller was getting overheated and then you stop and wait a little while and then the cart takes off again. Let's see. do the discharge tests work on lithium batteries also? It would take a different type of discharge tester, but I'm sure there is one, easy mic to you, but not the one that I'm talking about, because it specifically says it's a discharge tester for 36 and 48 volt lead acid batteries. I mean, because it puts a certain amount of current, it knows what lead acid batteries are supposed to be able to withstand. It puts a certain amount of draw on a 36 volt pack, and then it puts a certain amount of draw on a 48 volt pack. But it specifically says on the discharge machine that it is for lead acid batteries only. So there may be one out there for lithium batteries, or I think maybe Rock Dog was, or he had come up with something on his own. I can't remember what he had said about that. Big Mike, super lean on the deer meat. Hat day. Yep, it is, Larry. Hat day. Larry the Cucaracha, happy hat day. Kevin Rabbit, I was just about to ask if it was hat day. I'm in. You are in, Kevin. You are definitely in. Got several people in the room today. Checking in a little late, Kevin Salyer. What's going on, Kevin? Number 3. This is from Don. I have a 2019 electric E-Z-Go 48 volt cart. I have had charging issues from day one. We have tried a new charger, put in new batteries, and make sure batteries are full. When I plug it in perhaps 3/4 to 1/2 charge, it will charge completely full. Other times it will go to perhaps 80%. Other times when it is 85 to 90% full, it will start to charge but will shut off soon and not charge to full. I have tried to connect the charger with key, turned on and off, left that way. I tried with key on, plug in, then car snaps, turn key off. Sometimes it charges full, shut off late. Question is, could it be the receptacle, the OBC, or something else? Any ideas? Well, Don, if it's a 48 volt electric E-Z-Go, it does not have an OBC, so it's not that. If your batteries are fine, and what'd you tell me about the batteries? Put in new batteries, made sure batteries are full, okay. All right, so if the batteries are fine, if we're gonna assume the batteries are fine, then the only thing left, and you even tried a new charger, the only thing left is the receptacle. That's the only thing left. But again, I don't like the fact that you're basing that on it sounds like you're basing that on a gauge, a dash gauge. You're not basing that on actual volts. You're basing that on a gauge on the dash. So I would like to know the actual volts that the battery pack gets up to toward the end of the charge cycle. So, I mean, that could tell us a lot. Derek Shane on YouTube. What's the top speed on a stock 93 club car 36 volt controller model would be? Mine now runs 24 after messing with the half-speed reverse resistor. Can I leave it or will it damage things? Just keep checking for heat, Derek. You should be fine, but that's pretty dang fast on a 36 volt club car. How are you getting that? How are you getting 24 out of a 36 volt 93 controller club car? Still trying to figure out what I did wrong to cause this and still don't have half-speed reverse. Well, I don't remember off the top of my head, Derek. I'm sure it seems like I remember talking to you about this, but on a resistor 36 volt club car, the way they get half-speed reverse is there's a big power cable coming off of the forward and reverse switch, and it's hooked to the third battery. And you can actually adjust your reverse speed by hooking it to different batteries, but it's hooked to the third battery. So in other words, when it's in reverse, it only reverses with half the battery voltage. In other words, 6 volts. I believe we do, D-Max. I haven't looked in a while, but I'm pretty sure we do, that we have access to high-speed gears for DS. You're going to need to know 2 things, D-Max. You're going to need to know Kawasaki rear end or Graziano rear end. Carl Johns, my 99 E-Z-Go PowerWise acted like that and the plug got hot. I changed the plug So far it's charging good, not getting hot. All right, let's see, who was that that asked me about that, Carl, earlier? Looking back on the deal here. Craig had a question. Where is it? Are NiCad batteries ever used in cars? Not that I know of, Craig. No. Not, in fact, I wouldn't doubt it if NiCads are probably, on their way out, since a lot of things that used to be NiCads are now lithiums. So I wouldn't doubt it if their time could be short in this world. But no, I don't know of any NiCads ever used in a golf cart. It is unusual that they weren't, because they went straight from lead acid to lithium. It seems like there would have been a step there. It seemed like nickel cadmium, or however how you say it, would have been the next step before lithium. So how do I find out the rear end I have? You just got to look at it. There's a sticker. There's going to be a sticker on the axle tube. That was the last regular question. Oh, it was? Okay. Okay. Oh, I got you. Let me see. That must have been number 3. Thank you, Carl. Yeah, it's not the OBC and it's not the batteries. Then it's going to either be the receptacle or the connection in the receptacle and the plug, is what he's saying. So yeah, if you see that, Don, check for heat in those areas. Number 4. This is from Patty. When I plug the charger into the cart, where should the needle be registered when fully charged? I just want to know, so I need to order a new charger because this one is very old and not sure if it's charging properly. Okay, you said needle, so I'm going to assume, Patty, that we're talking about one of the old heavy transformer chargers that has an analog gauge and a needle. Normal operation would be this. Plug it into the cart, boom, needle jumps way to the right, like past halfway to the right, and then the charger's running, you hear it running, and then slowly, that needle starts dropping and getting closer and closer and closer to 0 throughout the night. It'll get close to 0 and stay there for a while, like maybe an hour or 2 when it's close to 0, and then boom, it'll shut completely off if it's an automatic shut-off charger. That would be normal operation. So tell me what yours is doing, and then we can go from there. Daniel says, I'm having trouble finding bronze bushings for the A-plate control arm in an 81 Club Car DS. The interchangeable bushings from newer carts. Well, go to golfcartgarage.com and look that up and see what the year range is, Daniel. I mean, there's going to be a year range that they might be interchangeable from newer carts. I don't know of any difference in those in an 81, but there could be. There could be a difference, but I'd have to go look at the year range and see what the difference is, if there is something. Oh, let's see. Got Bob Wiltfong on Facebook. What's going on, Bob? At the beginning of the program, as always, lots of valuable information given out. Thanks for all you do. Thank you, Bob. Larry Kukaracha. Don't know if you said already, but if going to high-speed gears, you'll lose torque. Yes, that is true. If you go to high-speed gears, you better be ready. Like, in other words, that's where that saying, James Skaggs, you're entered, man. Larry, that's where that saying that I've said it before. I told you, it's like a drag racing thing that I made up. You get your pretty right. I'm sorry. I said it backwards. You get your guts right, and then you get your pretty right. And what I mean by getting your guts right, you need to get your car pulling a wheelie on the 60-foot time like crazy, spinning out and everything. Get your car to that point first, then you know you got power to pull some high-speed gears, and then you'll be booking it at the end of the 8th mile. So you get your power and everything ready, and then switch to high-speed gears, because you will lose a little torque. That's just a general rule of going to high-speed gears. Like you're riding around in a higher gear than you were before. Number 5. Mike Erstad. I bet I got that right, didn't I? Erstad. 2018 club car. If you install a rear seat, do you lose the roof drains down the rear roof supports? On an 18, it's going to depend on the seat, Mike. There are so many different aftermarket seats out there now, and the parts are not interchangeable, between them. So it just depends on the struts that are used, the rear roof struts, and but the seat, whatever seat you're looking at, should tell you that. Number 5 is from Paul. Hey Tim, I have an older golf cart with very used batteries, and I don't think my charger is working. What should I do? Need more info there, Paul. Voltmeter. I need some voltmeter on battery readings, and without the charger plugged in, and then with the charger plugged in, and then I could probably help you better. But because batteries may be too low to turn the charger on. But if I could get voltmeter readings off your batteries, we could answer that question. Helpless says his still uses the drains on his 2015. Lori W, what's going on, Lori? Sir Walter, 41 watching now and only 3 thumbs up. Let's click it now. Thank you, Sir Walter. D-Max, Tim, how fast do you think I can get my car to go with high-speed gears? I have a Navitas already doing 35. Well, I can tell you this, D-Max. That car sitting right over there, my little race car, will go over 55 on 48 volts. It will go over 55. It will do 55 in the 8th mile, which is on video, proven. And it has 6 to 1s in it. 6 to 1s on 48 volts. And that's lead acid, 48 volts, by the way. If I dropped a lithium in there, then it would definitely be quicker. It might not be any faster, but it may be a little bit faster just because of the less weight. Now, the lead acid pack that I have in it now is pretty light, though. It's not a real big, heavy lead acid pack. So it's a real small lead acid pack. But it is 48 volts, and it will go 55 on 48 volts in the 8th mile. Probably run a little faster than that completely top in. I've never been able to run it long enough to completely top it in. Joseph Simmons, hello Tim, I made it. Thank you for joining us, Joseph. It is hat day, Joseph. D-Max can't always go by that. Mine shows 14. My club car only goes 8 miles an hour. Batteries are good. New speed sensor and new M-Core. You have any ideas for what to do next? That's Kamala Bellew. Okay, 8 miles an hour, that kind of sounds like a speed sensor, but could be something else. Now, what club car are you talking about? If you're talking about one with an M-Core, does your club car with an M-Core, does it have a run tow switch or a tow maintenance switch under the seat? Because that would tell me if you can get your fault codes read or not, because that may be a good thing for you to do, because if it's your M-Core might not be going to wide open throttle. So the next thing that you might want to do would be get your fault codes read to see what's going on there. You have to make sure that your M-Core is going to, we call it WOT, is wide open throttle. Because if it's not putting the wide open throttle signal, your car's not going to go, it's the whatever wide open throttle is. So that's kind of like one of the first things I like to eliminate after eliminating the batteries, as being a problem. And you've already done that. Okay, Tina Wilson, what's going on, Tina? Hi, Tim. Like the blue hat. Any orange yet? Can I win any more times to get more hats? We haven't put past winners back into the hat giveaway contest yet, but I'm not saying that we're not. I'm just saying that we haven't done that yet. Keith, sorry I'm late. Keith from Nashville checking in. What's going on, Keith? You are entered in hat giveaway day, Keith. Elon Musk keeps tweeting. It's my phone going off. I think I did number 6. That was the sounds like speed sensor question. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, I did not do number 6. I have a club car, serial number PH12. The cart will only move at a slow, steady speed. I suspect the throttle control sensor is the problem. Interested in your thoughts, please. Well, that's very similar to the one that we did earlier, but it could be the speed sensor, because that's what happens when a speed sensor goes out, is that the car just goes at a steady crawl, a really slow, steady crawl, no matter where your foot is on the accelerator pedal. Number 7. Number 7 is from Bernard L. 48 volt, 2016 club car precedent that stalls at times. Is this an M-core issue or could it be something else? It could be several things, Bernard L., but I would have some questions. I would want to know if this is a lifted car or if this is not lifted. I'd want to know if there's anything been changed on the cart, or if you had any trouble up to this point, or did this just start all of a sudden. There would be questions like that, but keep in mind, if you mean it completely goes out occasionally, intermittently like that, on that card, it's storing a fault code, and you could get that read and could point you in the right direction. Now they're going to charge you for reading it, but it shouldn't be much, I wouldn't think. I hadn't checked with the local golf cart shop here to see how much they charge just to read fault codes. Number 8. This is from Philip. I have a 2015 Yamaha golf cart, and the power meter is flashing at 1 bar. I charged it until the charger went green. Is there a problem with batteries or indicator? Well, how does the car drive, and what is the actual volts? I mean, do you get, if the car drives fine and you get plenty of range, then there might be something wrong with that indicator. But I would like to know what the actual volts are in the battery after you drive it around a while, like measure the whole pack. Stephen Miller, I have a 48 volt Yamaha that doesn't move forward or backwards when I put in tow the solenoid click, but doesn't click on forward or reverse. Is this a region cart, Stephen Miller? Do you have a run tow switch under the seat on this cart? Frankie Diamonds, what is a safe tire size for a 36 volt TXT PDS? I know you said the taller tire will stretch the controller, but I wanted to go to 20s. I can tell you this, Frankie, you can stress the controller on the stock tires on a 36 volt TXT PDS, and the stock tires are 18 inches tall. You can stretch the controller to the point where you can put a perfectly fine car into thermal shutdown, 36 volt TXT PDS especially. You can put that controller into thermal shutdown just by climbing a hill slowly, you know. And so I would not go to 20s on now I'm talking about a stock TXT PDS with the stock controller. You can fix that by changing the controller out. You can change the controller out and then go to 20s. That would be fine. Put you a nice All-Trax in there or Navitas in there, and then you could go to 20s without stressing the controller. That'd be much better. But I wouldn't even change anything on the stock controller, you know, on a PDS as far as tire size goes. Big Mike says, "Don't ask me about tire size." Yeah, he's got big tire problems. Greg Elliott just woke up to thunderstorm. Sorry for being late. Well, stay safe out there. Stephen Miller says it does have a run tow switch. Okay, well, if it does have a run tow switch, then the controller in your system has something to do with the solenoid clicking or not. Okay, so if you're getting some unusual solenoid clicking things, it's going to either be the controller or the pedal stop switch under the floor mat. Most likely. Most likely. Kevin Salyer says he had a 36 volt PDS with 14s and 23s with no issues for 3 years. Well, correct me if I'm wrong there, Kevin, but we're talking about asphalt running, right? We're talking about flat driving on asphalt. Because yeah, if you're going to do that, then that's fine. That's why I said you could. See, my test track was more than asphalt in my golf cart shop. It was through the woods and had dips and turns and hills and things that I needed to climb to really put a stress on it. Big Mike, been praying for your speedy recovery. I have big tire problems that were compounded by buying cheap parts. We ride flat roads, yes, 95% asphalt. Well, you can get away with it on that, but a lot of people, they look at a golf cart, and they see those tall tires on it, and they immediately say, oh man, I can take this thing in the woods. Not necessarily, is what I'm getting at. Big Mike, how is your recovery going, man? I hadn't asked you that in a while. You changed the pedal stop switch? Okay, Stephen, the other main thing that is in the solenoid activation circuit in your particular electrical system is the controller. So you could have a controller acting up on you. Let me go back over to Facebook and see what's going on. William Moore on Facebook. What'd you say, William Moore? Number 9. Daniel S. is number 9. How many amps should the charger be reading when I plug in and attach to the cart? Mine is at 5 and has been on for 18 hours, but the cart voltmeter is still red. I have tested each battery individually and have readings of 9 plus. It's a 6-8 volt system. Thanks, Tim. Okay, so we're talking about okay, you didn't tell me if it's an E-Z-GO or a club car. And what do you mean by voltmeter? The cart voltmeter still is red. That makes it sound like you could be talking about a club car and you're talking about the red light on the dash. That's not actually a voltmeter. It does come on for low voltage, but it comes on for other reasons too. And you have readings of 9 plus. That's got to be with charger running. There's just this. Your question here is, I've got so many questions, I'm not sure how to answer it because I've got a lot of questions first. 18 hours would be unusual unless the cart was really, really dead. You could have a battery issue that's causing it to run that long, but if it's on 5 and the amp meter is on 5 and it stays there for several hours, a couple of hours is probably normal, but how many hours are we talking about? Has it been on 5 for 18 hours, then you definitely have an issue somewhere. And if this is an onboard computer car, it could be that or it could be a battery issue. By the way, they could get up, I was looking at my notes here. Those batteries can get up to 10 plus volts before the charger shuts off. Okay. I have a 2002 Club Car DS 48 volt series. I hate the FNR switch location. Have you dealt with the reversing contactors? What is your opinion on them? I think they're cool. It's an excellent system. You can get, in fact, you can get heavy duty reversing contactors. What that is on a series cart, you know how a series cart just those of you who don't know, you have this big lever that you have to, a mechanical forward and reverse lever. It goes from, and they can get hot, they can cause problems, they can cause connection issues. You can switch that to a push button system, just like a region car, just like a car that has a run tow switch, if you use reversing contactors, which is basically just two solenoids that work opposite of each other, and you can have a push button forward and reverse switch, just like a PDS car or an IQ car. And those solenoids they'll click that way to have one polarity going to the motor, and then reverse, they'll click the other way, and then reverses polarity to the motor. It's a good deal. It's a very common upgrade to series carts. Big Mike, I'm doing good. Have 3 or 4 more weeks of just therapy. Then I start 8 to 12 weeks of physical therapy and strength training. I'm actually at the gym right now doing light cardio and the sauna. Oh, cool. Good deal, man. You stick with it. Can't have a mall crawler. Need to get dirty. Thanks for the info. Big Mike, I do very light work and wear a full arm brace. Mike tore his, I think he tore his bicep. Isn't that correct, Big Mike? Craig's asking. And he had to have surgery. The SW202 is what I'm looking at. Yep, that's a good one. Those are good. Those are good forward and reverse contactor system. The SW202 stuff. Let me check. Phyllis Finley Elliott. What's going on, Phyllis Finley Elliott? You are entered in Hat Day, Phyllis. Thank you for joining us. I believe you are. It just depends if my wife has shut the names down. I don't think she has. She's probably shutting it down now. That was number 9. This is from Rue. This is number 10. I have a 95 electric cart. Batteries charged. Just went dead all of a sudden after driving at 100 feet. What could have caused this? Batteries are charged. Well, a 1995 is considered old nowadays. Can you believe that? That is pretty old. 1995 cart. The controller could have caused it. The batteries could have caused it. 95 is not going to be a region, I don't think. It's going to be a series cart, so it could be the forward and reverse, could be a battery cable. You need to look under the seat and check for anything obvious first, like check your connection points for your battery cable. Kamala, you can, but I don't think you're going to want to do that because it's going to be expensive. It would be cheaper just to have a club car dealer plug in, or a golf cart shop that has one. Like a lot of golf cart shops probably have those nowadays. You might not have to go to a club car dealer. So if it does have a run tow switch, do you know what year it is? Did we cover that? Let me go back and see. Okay, you didn't tell me that. Do you know what year it is? Because then I can tell you for sure if the fault codes can be read. Kurt says his is an 88. Now that's old. Yeah, that's pretty old in the golf cart world, Kurt. 88. Bicep tendon off at my forearm and had to have it re-anchored. Okay. I knew it was something like that. I didn't know exactly, but yeah, that's worse than what I thought. I guess it sounds worse than what I said. Well, glad you're doing back on the road to recovery, Mike. Okay. The title of this episode was "What is a discharge test?" And I think I talked about that. A discharge test is the opposite of a charger. It actually mimics you getting in your car and putting the accelerator in your electric car, putting your accelerator pedal to the floor and just driving and going as far as you can till your voltage gets to an unsafe level in your battery pack. That is basically what a discharge test does to your car, but it does it while your car is sitting still. That's what it does. It puts your batteries under a tremendous load, equal or close to equal to going wide open throttle on flat ground. Lori W is, mine is really 81. Dang. I'm fixing up an 81. Oh, Daniel's fixing up an 81 Club Car DS, Robin Blue. Cool. It's got a fiberglass body. All right, cool. I did the same thing, Big Mike, about 7 years ago. Got back to 100% in about 6 to 7 months. Good luck with your rehabilitation. Well, that's good news. That is good news. Joe Williams. Hey, Tim, what's going on, Joe Williams? On Facebook. Okay. I keep getting confused here with my buttons. All right. Social media links. I don't think I ever posted those. Follow us on Facebook and YouTube if you haven't already, but you can also follow us on the other platforms like TikTok and Instagram. I can tell you this, D-Max, if the sticker is missing, a Graziano has larger axle tubes than a Kawasaki. Graziano has larger axle tubes. So maybe if you might have to go take some pictures and you'll see what I'm talking about. Maybe you can go to a golf cart shop and see if they have one and with the sticker, and then you'll be able to take a picture of it and see, because I know you come across a lot of golf cars. But yeah, the Graziano is going to have larger axle tubes. That's the one that we always liked in racing to use for the rear end in a club car. Because I can tell you this, you can hit a Graziano with a lot of power and it will hold up. Now they will break eventually, but all right. 67 Easy Go. Stephen Coons is modifying a 67 model Easy Go as a project right now. Joe Foster, hey Tim, I'm running late. No problem, Joe. What was I going to show? I did the social media links. This is what we're giving away here in just a second, guys. Bam. You can buy one from Golf Cart Garage if you'd like, but we give them away on this channel occasionally. We are giving one away today here in just a few seconds. I already have been notified of who the winner is of today's hat giveaway. I wanted to go quickly through this. We got a picture of a kind of a funny picture that Daniel sent me. What's the best way to verify that batteries are the problem on an 03 club car? The best way to verify that is get some voltage readings and see if you can even use those batteries in order to see if the car runs or not. Because they might be too old to even use, and if they are, then you can't do any kind of readings or can't do any kind of test. So you need to get the batteries that are in there just up enough to see if the car will run, and then you know it's just the batteries are the problem. All right, let's see some pictures here real quick before we give away a hat. The winner of this hat giveaway will, I'll call you in a few minutes if everything is cool, if you got a few minutes after we get off the air. Thinking Sandcap. Yeah, Craig, he did make it back. Dave did make it back. Okay, the winner of today's hat giveaway, make sure I'm right here, is Greg Elliott. Greg Elliott is the winner of today's bag of swag. Congratulations, Greg Elliott. Where were you at? Were you on Facebook or were you on YouTube? I think you were on YouTube. Okay, I'm getting messed up here. David Irwin missed it again. Congratulations, Greg. Greg Elliott. Yes, it is you, Greg Elliott. You are the winner. You got a few minutes after we get off the air here, Greg, for me to call you. If you do, I will call you here in a few minutes when we get off the air. Go send me an email with your contact information. The email address is 00, the number 00, Tim Freeman, Freeman, @gmail.com. Send me an email with your contact information if you would. If my wife is watching, could you post that email address just to make sure that he gets the right one? Okay, where am I at on Facebook? Yep, that's good. Kirk says, hey Greg, welcome to the club. Oh, okay, so that's Phyllis on Facebook. That's your husband, right? I just now figured that out. Or is that correct? Terry Freeman. What's going on, Terry Freeman? Are we kin to each other, Terry? I'm from Texas. Thanks to everyone, Greg Elliott. Oh, okay. That's okay. So you were on Facebook and he's on YouTube. I got you. All right. If you would like to contact us for any reason at Golf Cart Garage, please feel free to do so. Here's the information. This is the email address that goes to the support at golfcartgarage.com, and then there's the phone number. Now, if you wanted to talk, if you needed to send me an email directly, then it would be the email address that I just said. It would be 00timfreeman@gmail.com. Yeah, and please send me some pictures. I'm running low on pictures. Daniel sent me a picture. I'm fixing to show it. He's been sending me some pictures lately, but here's a funny picture that he sent me. Let's see some pictures here. Where's it at? There it is. All right, check this out. This is just a random picture that Galactic Technologies sent me. Bam! 1 horsepower golf cart. I knew that we were going to be running kind of late today because of hat giveaway, so I didn't queue up a lot of pictures, but I did queue this one up. That's a 1 horsepower golf cart right there. Greg said, I didn't know wife was on Facebook. Contest is not rigged. Oh no, that would have been fine. That's fine. I mean, she was as much legally entered as you are. Yeah, that's a Mustang. 1 horsepower Mustang golf cart. Yeah, that would probably be it. He probably priced a set of batteries and said, well, now why would I do that when I could just do this? He already owned the horse. All right. Hat graphic. Okay. Daniel Rabicki's 1 horsepower cart. Yeah, that solenoid was definitely clicking. If you were thinking about lithium, we sell eco batteries at Golf Cart Garage. We sell the eco line of lithium batteries, and they are 10% off. So please feel free to go check those out. It might be a good time for you to go lithium. Garage, everybody's thinking about it. Go to golfcartgarage.com and look for the garage sale. We have a garage sale going on. There'll be something on on the website that says garage sale. Click on that, and there might be some items in the garage sale that you could be interested in. There are some T-erific discounts, T-E-E-erific discounts that we have going on. And let's see, we also have double take products are up to 15% off. Like double take body kits and things like fancy body kits, they're up to 15% off. Also, you'll see I will be posting the tile at the end of this that talks about the GHOD service that we offer. That's where if you feel like you need to talk with me directly about something, you can pay a fee and talk to me directly. You can schedule, and I will get in touch with you. I'll call you, or it's a kind of a video type thing if you want it to be. It doesn't have to be, but it can just be a regular phone call. But I'll see if I can help you, and I will not charge you if I cannot help you. So that's a service that we offer also. Okay, that looks like about it. Hat Day, Tuesday the 24th. I want to thank everybody for coming today. Let me check Facebook and make sure. Joe says, did you say Tim-rific? Oh, actually it's T-rific, but spelled T-E-E. But Tim-rific discounts would be cool too. Thanks for that idea, Joe. Phyllis says she was hoping to win so she could hold it over. Yeah, that would have been funny if you would have won, Phyllis. But okay, that looks like it's going to be about it for this month's hat giveaway day. Thank everybody for showing up. Congratulations again, Greg Elliott. I will give you a call here in just a little bit. I will see everybody. Let's see, next week. What is that going to be next week? It's going to be like the 1st, isn't it? Yeah. Taco Tuesday's on the 1st next week. I might go to Taco Tuesday today, actually. All right, guys. I'll see everybody next week. The garage is now closed.